Hello everybody and welcome to another how-to video for the RentalTrax inventory software management system. This time I'm going to show you how to finalize an order, create that final invoice, and accept your final payment in it. So you've gone through, at this point in time, we've gone through putting in an order. What the status means, going from price calculation, which is allowing you to provide paperwork to your client but not actually holding your inventory, to doing an order that is set as a quote, which will hold the order, hold the items in that order for you, and activate the sales tab, which is the sales dashboard here, so you can see any quotes that are outstanding and how much money you're leaving on the table. So you can follow up with those clients and get the money that they said that they would give you, and then making it a booking. But the last step is creating that final invoice. And if you remember our action icons, there's 5 of them here. The last one is the new invoice button. So I'm going to click on that here. It looks like an orange folder with a green plus arrow. When I click on that, it gives me my new invoice button. And what this is doing is it's telling me my total. It's giving me the date of the order. It's giving me my customer, the payment method that they've chosen to pay, the total including tax. I can change my invoice number here if I like, and it's giving me my invoice date and the expected payment due date, and I can change that if I like as well. Once I save this invoice, it's going to go into my invoice list. Once you do that, you can't go back in and change your order anymore. Once you do that and make it an invoice, and this is a wording thing, but follow me here, you cannot go back in and change the items on the invoice. It will not reflect properly. So what I recommend you do is leave it as a booking until you're absolutely sure you're not adding anything to that item anymore. For instance, if you work on a job site, you've rented a number of generators, you cannot make it a final invoice until you make sure that you're not going to charge a replacement for those generators. Because what if they come back damaged? Then you've got a problem you've got to deal with. So we use it to say leave it as a booking. Once you've added all the final costs, the fees, the late return fees, the broken damage replacements, whatever, then you create a final invoice. The way that you're going to close it out, we're going to go up to the top where it says order, down to invoices, and I'm going to go over to list invoices. What this is going to do is it's going to list any invoices in my system. Right now I've got 4 that were created as invoices here. I can see, let me go back here for a second. If you click on it, it shows you that same screen. Once again, listing the information about the invoice. On the right hand side, here's the one we just created, which was the corporate test order. Over here for $1465.20. We see here we have a clock that shows that it's not yet been paid. And then we have 2 options. We can download a copy of that order, what the customer is going to get of that invoice, or we can send an email. So if you have an email template set up that automatically fills in what you would say to them to get them to pay that email, like maybe it's invoice payment template, you click on this and you're going to automatically send them an email. You're going to use your drop down menu you would have an invoice once pre-written in here. I'm going to go back now because I want to go back to my list here and I want to show you how you're going to apply payment. Really simple. If you're going to get individual payments and work the cost down, you can still do that through the payments tab here. And if you haven't seen that yet, there's a how-to video on that. Or if you're just going to complete payment, you check it off. And down at the bottom, you've got 4 options. Okay, you can apply a credit note, which is this folder with the red X. You can send an email once again to the customer, to all the ones that are checked. We can use this folder here, the second one, which is to mark it completed as paid, which is what we're going to do in a second. Or once again, we can download a copy of it. I'm going to go ahead and check it off with the second one with the orange folder. You get a warning that pops up saying, are you sure you want to do this, and mark it as paid. You cannot undo that. I'm going to click on OK. Once I've done that, the system's going to update and I can now see that it's paid in my system over on the right hand side. That's the final step. Now all your reports are going to be reflective correctly based on that. If you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of us. 888-925-6236. Just call 888-925-6236. You can use the green support tab on the right hand side if you want to send us any messages, suggestions, errors, functions, etc. You can send an email to info@rentaltrax.com or check us out online at www.rentaltrax.com.